Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to service your pc360 excavator, komatsu, or 360i. So I would always recommend using the serial number on the side of the machine. Okay, it's going to be right here beside the cab to reference it off of for your komatsu part dealer, so they can get the perfect filters for your machine. So right here I have in the manual, in the operator's manual, there are the engine filters and every intervals that you need. So you have engine oil every 500, fuel filter, that's going to be your fuel water separator every 500, your breather, hydraulic tank breather, your hydraulic oil filter every 1000, your main fuel filter every 1000, your DEF tank breather every 1000. This right here is Komatsu crankcase ventilation filter, okay, and it's every 2000. We have your DEF filter every 2000, your air conditioner, inner and outer air in your cabin, and also your inner and outer air filters also for your engine. Okay, so where those start. So I'm going to start with the engine oil as we come over here. It's going to be on your driver's side, this panel here on your 360s. If it's a -11, this is where your fuel filter sits, or I'm sorry, your oil filter sits. This is your hydraulic tank, and inside this hydraulic tank you have that sight glass. Your oil should be between there. Generally I like checking them when your bucket's flat on the ground and your boom is at a 90-degree angle. Now there is different specifications, you might want to look into exactly this one, but that's generally what I like to look at. So this right here is a dampener case oil, and what if you see that, what is it? Well, what it is there is oil inside of this housing between your engine flywheel and your hydraulic pump, and there's oil in there, and it's called dampener case oil. And it does exactly that. It helps dampen the noise and also keep the brakes lubricated in there. And the reason it's in there is it helps prevent that shear. If there's ever a problem with your hydraulic pump or whatever, it does not lock up your engine. It'll actually spin and brake freely like a brake deal in there. I'm not quite sure exactly how it works. I know how it works. I'm not sure how it's set up to work. So, but how you get about changing that, this right here is going to be your fill port into there, and we'll go up on top of the engine. I'll show you all the engine components and filters that need to be changed up there and where you add oil to. So this right here is your check oil plug. If you pull that out as you're filling this from the top, you watch until oil comes out of that, then you know you're at where you need to be. So you either check the oil, make sure it's up on it, or you add more. You can change it about every 2,000 hours it recommends, or you can keep adding to it. I'd recommend changing it about every 2,000. There is a drain plug right there that you open up and just drain it through. So I'll show you that. I'm also going to show you while I'm right here, up underneath this machine, we have right here, this is on your skid plates. You have this little door with a pitcock up underneath there, or a bolt plug, depending on how your machine's set up, to drain your oil easily. If you undo that, you can just swivel that out of the way. While I'm right here, I'm also going to show you, this is what they call a machinery case oil. And if you look up in this hole, there's a hose. You just grab that rubber hose, open it up, and you loosen that bolt, and you'll drain out your machinery case oil. And that's done. So I have to look on the specs when you want to do that. It is listed in your filters, changing service intervals inside your actual cab of your machine display. So that is your machinery case oil, and that's how you drain it. And that's going to be the oil that helps lubricate your machine's in motor. There's a planetary gear in there, and that's where you change that oil at. So come up out of here. If you look right here on your final drive, mine's all nasty, but you're gonna have a drain hole here and one at the bottom, and you'll have 3 of them. If you want the drain hole, it'll actually be labeled on this. I'm not going to take the time to chip this all the way right now, but the drain plug will be at the bottom. If you wash all this off, it'll actually have your fill hole and drain plug, and you want to make sure that that drain plug is pointed down when you drain it, and also as you fill it, and you'll have an oil level here, and that's pretty much your final drive. It's pretty easy to do. Let's see, so as we come around to the passenger side, I'm going to show you this right here. A lot of people forget this, but if you look on these machines, I'll take you in there, there is a hole that usually sits right back here, okay, that has a cover plate on. As you loosen that up, you'll actually see your inner teeth on your counter, on your turntable. And that just takes grease, and you have to bucket it in there by your hand, and it might take up to 5 gallons of grease. So that's something you probably want to look at when your machine's around 5,000 hours. Make sure you have plenty of grease in there on them teeth. That's actually where your motor spins your turntable. So that's to grease your turntable inside. These ones right here grease the top of the turntable, but actually grease the teeth on this. On the 360s and most of the 210s sit, I believe, in the back right here. I've had to do them on 200s as well. So okay, as we're coming around, this right here, this little door just opens up. So as you open your main latch, this door you just grab it and open it. So you have that open here. You have your fuel filters. You have your main fuel filter, which is this one. You have your fuel water separator, which is this one. I actually like using the Wix fuel filters, fuel water separators, because they don't have a glass bowl. The glass bowl, if anyone's ever changed them, are extremely hard to keep from leaking. Even if you change the O-rings, they still leak. So I went with these, and I have really, really good success with them. I use them on all my komatsus. It's a 33406 by Wix. It's a fuel water separator that there is no way to drain the water out. Oh, there is, yeah, right there. There's a plug, but there is no glass bowl. It eliminates, it's a delete kit basically for that glass bowl. And then I just unplugged the sensor right here, pull the sensor out. You can wrap that in tape if you want to keep from water and fuel sensor. If water touches that, it will show water and fuel. So here's your air filters for your engine air filters. And then on this little module right here is kind of nice and easy to get to. This right here is actually your filter. You have a little canister filter that sits up in here, and that is to drain, or that is your DEF tank filter that actually filters all your DEF fluid. So that's what that does. Let's see here. Now, starting with this, you open this cover up, there is a DEF tank breather right here, and so that is where your little element filter is. You're going to take this top off, pull this off, and there'll be a little filter there. As we get to the top here, if your machine is equipped with an auxiliary line, this is your auxiliary filter for your arm, for any jackhammers or anything. So while I'm right here, machinery case swing oil and machinery case oil, this is your fill plug and also your dipstick in one. So that's where, like if you drain the bottom of this, that's where it would run out down below, and that's where you fill it. So to come around here, I'll show you the hydraulic. This is your hydraulic tank breather filter. Then the bottom of this one is a screen that you can pull out. It has a long stem that goes down there and actually covers the suction hose for your pump. You can just lift it out. You could clean that. You can clean them. I'd recommend cleaning them every time you change your hydraulic oil. If you undo this, these bolts right here, you're gonna have a big O-ring. Make sure you get an O-ring with it when you change it from your local dealer for your komatsu. This is where your hydraulic filter is. Super easy to change. Before you change it, this is your tank. This is where you normally would fill from. Go ahead and open that and crack it, leave all the air out so you have minimal spill or pressure buildup in these as you remove that. That's for your hydraulic filter, okay? Your hydraulic tank filter. Okay, so as I open this up, Most importantly, this right here is your engine oil. Okay, this is going to be your fill port for your engine oil. This is your engine oil dipstick. Right over here, that dampener case that I was talking about, this is your dampener case fill plug or fill hole. That's where you're going to fill it from. And this guy is your ventilation, your Komatsu crankcase ventilation filter. Okay, super easy to change as well. It's right there. That catches all your blow-by, and that's the whole point of that. It's a blow-by filter. So that's your crankcase ventilation filter. I don't think I'm missing anything, but I believe that that is it for your Komatsu. Oh, your cabin air filters. Let me show you. Let me hop down off of here and I'll show you where that's at. So on the side of your door, right here, a lot of people don't know this, but that is a filter, an air filter, and you need a Komatsu key to open that. So you open that, there sits your outer air filter for your cab, for your AC. So that's your outer air. We'll go in and we'll look at you where your inner air is for your cabin air filter. So if I look right here, you can see it. Super easy. You just undo a little wing nut in the back. Right there, you undo. The case comes off and you pull it out and install the new one. So there you have it. That is how you change all your filters. Their locations on a 360-11, 360 pc360-11i. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Be much appreciated. Thank you.